I am Nathan. I'm 27 years old. Definitely don't look it, definitely don't act it. I am easygoing. I am intelligent, an artist. I have what's called sensory neural deafness. That's when the hairs in your ears do not form or are not as well formed as they should be. Because of that, sound cannot be passed through. Yeah, I pretty much hear nothing without my implant, to use non-scientific terms. I didn't know a lot of children like me growing up. I was mainstreamed. I never went to a deaf school or anything. My only true deaf influence per se was my brother Kevin, who is also deaf. Growing up, I spent a lot of time with my great-grandmother. My great-grandmother, who in all of her infinite wisdom knew exactly how to take care of me and exactly how to communicate with me. She was aware that I am very, very sensitive to vibrations, and she knew how to work with that. She really loved this one song by me and Mr. Shen, and she would play the song on a record. She would take the speakers and set them down on the wooden floor after having rolled up this huge family rug. And that's how I learned to dance. And that was actually probably the start of my um, love of dancing. One of my biggest hopes actually is to finish up a theater degree and also finish up a American Sign Language degree and go to work for National Theater for the Deaf. Theater in general has been a huge part of my life for the better part of 24 years. I mean, it's a passion of mine, and I think incorporating my deafness into that is not something that a lot of people with disabilities can say about themselves. I think painting is a major passion for me. You find out a lot about yourself, I think, from any kind of creative output that you do. I've really gotten into sculpting recently. I've done quite a few pieces there. I think it's kind of interesting because since I'm not signing as a first language anymore, I'm like looking for other mediums to use my hands with. One of the things that makes me so different from so many people is for the longest time something like this was my only means of communicating with my family. Maybe this sounds corny or whatever, but maybe in some ways like my art is my first language. You know, math is universal or laughter is universal. I think artwork is universal. Every time you see a painting or a photograph or a piece of writing or hear a song or something, if it evokes an emotion or a thought pattern or something inside of you, then isn't that a means of communication? And if it does, then it was worth it. Message received.